In this video guide, I will show you how you can use Autodesk TinkerCAD. First of all, let's start from the beginning. What is TinkerCAD? TinkerCAD is a CAD application where actually it's a 3D application that you don't have to pay, you don't have to download, you don't have to install. You just have to get by getting into the website. So you just have to register and you can use it without paying anything. So it's completely free to use. So to do this, I will just go in the first result in Google. And here I am. And this is my dashboard right here. I have already created an account, which is this one right here on the top. And so I can, well, let me log out for a second to show you what you will see when you will reach the website. You will see this first welcome page, and from here you can just click on join now and just insert an email and a password, or you can sign in, and in my case I am signing in with a Google account. And here I am. This is the dashboard of TinkerCAD, but probably the first time that you access this area you won't see this, but you will just start with a lesson. When you first start this application, you should see this project here. So from the dashboard, when I want to open a project, I just select one and I can download it in different formats, which I can use in other 3D software, or I can open it by clicking on this blue button here. And I will just show you. There you go. So when you first start, you should probably see this one, which is the first lesson. And you can basically start with all the lessons of TinkerCAD. You can, in the left side here, you will find some steps that you can do in order to understand the basic commands of the software. I will try to do an introduction of the interface here, but I'm just telling you what you should see the first time that you open the software. So you should see this and you just proceed with these tutorials. But in this case, I will talk about the interface and the tools, but this is another way you can learn. You can go to these basic skills tutorials. So to go back from here to the dashboard, I can click on this first icon right here at the top, and here I am back on this dashboard. And from here I can create 3D projects and other stuff that you can see here, or I can go to the lessons, and this is where you can learn how to use the software. You can also go to classes, and again you have many things you can do here. Also, another very important thing right here at the bottom, you can change the language, and these are the language that are supported at the moment, so you can change it if you want to make yourself more comfortable. So let's start, and in this case I want to start by creating a new design, and this will be a design from scratch. I will not have anything inside, so I can use this one, or I can create a new design. Let's create a new one. There you go. So you don't have that left panel, which is the tutorial panel. This is just the plain and simple interface, and this is what I will show you in this introduction. Well, this is a pretty easy software, so the introduction, it's good enough for you to start. This is not a complex software, which it's only possible to learn when you follow an entire video course. It's really simple. This is the best way to start if you never ever used any 3D software, or maybe if you want to teach your kids or some younger students to start to work a little bit with 3D. With 3D space, with 3D objects and libraries and so on. So before we proceed, if you like this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, which is our channel, is JBDTube. You can subscribe, you can see a lot of videos, and also about other 3D application, but also about graphic design, video editing, and many more. You can go to the playlists, and on the top you have these English video courses, and you will find in the English video courses about 3D design like Cinema 4D and 3ds Max, but also 3D rendering like Fluid Ray and Redshift, and also a video editing course in Premiere Pro and a sculpting course in Madbox. Madbox is also a pretty nice software which is used not for 3D modeling but to sculpt and to add a lot of details to your 3D models. So basically what you can do here is you can start here and then you can export. If you click here and export, you can then export for 3D print or export to use to other 3D application. Okay, now I cannot export anything because my scene is empty, but this is the way it goes. So now let's get back to the interface. So this is dashboard button right here. This is where you can see recent design and you can open up other projects that you have already started. This is where you can change the name. So I will call this first steps. Okay. And on the right side here, I can change, well, let me add something because this is a completely empty space. I can only see the work plane, so I cannot do much with this. So this is the space, the workspace that you will use, and this is the work plane, which is based on a plane, but also I have a 3D which is the Z axis, which I don't see here. I just see the work plane. But let me show you if I drop in a basic shape. So if I go right here on the right side, I have another panel, and from here I can drag and drop any of these shapes. So let's start with the star, and I will place it right there. There's my nice star. And now if I go to export, I can export this, as you can see, in OBJ, STL for the printing, for 3D printing, OBJ if I want to go to Cinema 4D or 3ds Max or other 3D software, or even Madbox. And this is just to continue and have more advanced software. Okay, but here is my star, and now if I just select this and I go here, I can visualize this in 3D design. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can do this with the scroll wheel of your mouse. Okay, let's change visualization. Now this is kind of a Minecraft visualization with blocks, and then I have like Lego type. It's pretty nice to see this in different fashion. Okay, so let's get back to this main 3D design visualization, which is the most proper. Okay, so the first thing you can do now is to use these tools in the toolbar. So you have these tools here on the left and these ones on the right, and when they are gray you cannot use them. When they are black you can use them. For example, I can go back here, do undo, redo, going back and going forward. I can select this and I can start to work with this. Once it's selected, so if I click with the left mouse, I will select the object. Once it's selected, I can start to use these grips around to make some transformation. For example, I can use this square to enlarge my star. I can make it a little bit narrower. I can make it really wide. I can do anything I want. In this case, I'm scaling up, scaling in different dimensions, different axes. If I want to scale it like this, I can hold this grip right here. I can hold also this other grip right here. I can rotate by holding this with the left mouse again, this two arrows icon right here. And I can rotate it in many different axes. Just select the one that you need, and I can move it also in the Z axis, so I can see the shadows of the object on the plane. Okay, so you can do a bunch of things here. You can also access to this number and you can define a precise number. Also, you can select the object and copy the object. Ctrl C, and then I can paste it. So I can use this other one, or Ctrl V of your keyboard, and I can duplicate this many times like that. You can see that I have created a duplicate. So if I continue to click here, this will continue to be duplicated. So let me Control Z, going back to the first star. Okay. And you can, of course, eliminate this, or you can hit the delete key on your keyboard and just get rid of an object. And this is what these tools do right here. And let's see this right part. You can mirror. So let me rotate this in this axis. Well, actually, let me do this right here. Okay. And I want to move this a little bit. Well, to orbit around, if you want to orbit around your scene, you can hold the right mouse like that. Or you can hold the control key and the left mouse button. So right mouse button, hold control and left mouse button to orbit, scroll wheel to zoom in, zoom out. If you click the scroll wheel, you can pan. And these three are the navigation commands. So orbiting, zooming, and panning. You can get all of that by using just your buttons on your mouse. Okay, let's select again this star here. And now I want to mirror this. So when I mirror, I can mirror it in this axis, or I can use this other one or this other one. This is another operation of transforming the position of your object. And now you have all these other subtools right here, which are really important as well. So with this, I can lock down this object. I cannot transform that anymore. Let me unlock it right now. And I can also hide this object. Now I cannot see anything, but the object, it's still there. It's just not visible. So to make it visible, I can click on this icon right here in the top, and there you go, back again into the scene. And also this is really important when you have complex objects. You can change the parameters of the object because these are parametric objects. So if I increase the points of the star, I can make it a lot different. I can change the radius. Let me orbit a little bit. Changing the radius means like scaling the object up. And I have two radius for the star. I have an inner radius and an outer radius, so I can get many different results. And also I can continue to click and drag other objects here and change its parameters. So you have some, there you go, you have also the round corners option with this radius one. And also you have more complex objects, for example, the text. If I drop in the text here, I can change it to anything I want. For example, let's call it first steps. Okay, and I will click this and I will place it somewhere by clicking with the left mouse anywhere, and clicking and dragging. And I can change also the font. And I can also change the height by clicking and dragging again with the left mouse, and the bevel, segments, and other stuff. So you have a library that contains simple shapes, basic shapes, but you also have a lot of other libraries right here. As you can see, you can go around, have fun to explore all these different libraries that you can find here in this really nice application. And also you have the possibility to use the work plane tool to perhaps change the position of the work plane. Sorry. Okay, so now I have like two work planes and I want to bring it back in the original position. I can change it many times. You can use rulers to work more precise. You can use nodes if you want to add some nodes. Okay, this is a box. And there you go. And well, this is it for the basic commands. Now let's see something a little bit. Well, actually you have also this other navigation tool here. You have the view cube, which also you will find in Maya in 3ds Max, in all Autodesk application you will find this. And actually in all other more advanced 3D software from Autodesk, you will find similar tools, similar commands. These are just simplified for you to start to work with 3D. Also, you have the home view, you have the zoom to fit all the objects in the space, and you have zoom with the plus and the minus. Also, really important, you can change from perspective to 2D views. So if I go here on the top, this is a perspective, but I can switch this and see it completely in 2D. And again, you can switch back and forward. You can use all these navigation tools right here also at the top left of your view, which is this workspace view right here. Okay, now let's see some more advanced features. And for example, if I go back here in the basic shapes and I drag a box and then a cylinder like that. Okay, now these are together. They are closed, but they are not together actually. They're just closed. So what I can do is I can select both, and I can continue to select by holding the Shift key like that. And I can click and drag with the left mouse like that to create a selection box. So click and drag with the left mouse button to select more objects, and then I can create a group right here, or Control G, and there you go. So look what happens. This becomes a completely unified object. Also, I can ungroup this, and I will have those two separate entities back. Again, let's make it together, and this time, so basically now I am unifying this by creating a group. But if you had separated objects, for example, this cylinder and this other box right here, which are distant, and I create a group, they will just maintain their independency. So they are grouped together. So if I scale it or move it, they will work together, but they will be separated. They will still be separated. Also, I can change the colors here of the various objects. Okay, let me ungroup again, and they will get back to their original color. So solid means that this is a solid shape. So if I can change again the color, I can make it transparent. If I want to see it like a ghost box, I can make it also sometimes multicolor, and so you can work with that. Also, I can define whether an object is a solid or an empty space, a hole, a void. So if I select this cylinder, let me make it a little bit higher by holding this arrow right here, and I will define this as a hole. So this becomes transparent, and let me show you what happens when I create a group. So I would select these two again, and again I want to create a group like that. But alright, so basically what happens is that the cylinder has gone away, and also part of the box has gone away with the cylinder. So the cylinder is still there, it's invisible, and it's doing this operation, which is called a Boolean operation. So it's a subtraction from the original box. And you can do this with all the shapes that you find in the libraries. To get back to the original status, I can click to the ungroup again, make this a solid model, solid object again, and there I am back to the beginning. So it's pretty simple to use this tool. It's pretty fun, especially if you are a beginner and you really don't know where to start in other more complex applications. So this is really the starting point of your path through the 3D world. And again, this is pretty simple. I think I have just said everything about this really basic application. You can import 2D or 3D files here from your computer. You can export once you are finished to other application. You can send this to, you can save this as a picture and download it. You can send it to Autodesk Fusion 3D 360, which is another 3D modeling application, and also you can send it to these communities here to share it with other users. And again, I guess this is it. It's really simple. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and leave comments, leave suggestions, leave questions, and we will be happy to answer to you. And also, please support us in our channel with our community page right here. You can see some projects. You can reach our support page. You can also support us by our store. And if you support us, we will do many more videos, video courses, video guides about 3D application, and a lot more. So again, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.